Welcome to the Do You Get podcast.
Because I don't think they get.
I actually get, but do they get?
No, they don't get. Do you get that they don't get?
They
that
don't
they
get
that
this
they don't get.
philosophy. They
No,
don't get this philosophy.
They don't get it.
We
You
get
don't get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Hello. Welcome to the Do You Get podcast, and this is Florence.
Hi guys, welcome back. Oh my gosh, I'm blushing.
Why are you giving bedroom voice? This is because Makena is there.
Yeah, I have to get to my bedroom, so I have to set the scene.
Hey, baby girl.
Yeah. You guys, Florence is just jealous that she's alone recording here with this sexy girl from Kenya. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the podcast. It's me. Today clearly you can see we have two special guests.
They can't see because they're listening. They can't see.
You can see with your heart.
Exactly. Thank you, Makena.
Anytime.
Period. So we have two special guests who are friends of mine. Makena has actually been on this podcast before. She was on our second episode. And
Take two.
She's our first guest.
Every time Makena comes on this podcast, we have to put that out there so that people know that she's special. And then
listen to that episode.
Period. Please, you guys, moving forward, I actually can't say period again. It's getting too much.
Actually, you're saying too much.
It's too much. Like, it's starting to even annoy me.
Good, because it's annoying.
And clearly, as you can hear from this person's voice, my biggest up is on this podcast. My biggest data that I've known for too long. I don't know why.
See me, I feel like it's time for us to part ways because you've been my life.
And then you never see each other again.
It's been too long.
I agree. Actually,
We have Onyeka on this podcast. You guys actually have to give God all the glory that Onyeka has graced us with her presence.
Stop.
Yeah.
You know? I just said, let me just have mercy on you guys and just like,
we appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow.
Because it's like so many other people were calling me. I was like, let me try just, yeah. Sometimes you just do things for your fans. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for giving back.
You're welcome. It's what I do.
Okay. So, Onyeka, Makena.
Hi.
I mean, we can already introduce you guys, but I guess introduce yourselves a little.
Makena, you can go first.
Okay.
Thank you.
We know best comes last, so I'll set it up for you.
Thank you.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Okay.
Number one fan. Hi guys, my name is Makena. I've been on the podcast before. I'm a college student, senior year. Excited to dip. Not gonna lie, not excited for adulthood, but we'll get into that later. I'm from Kenya, and I'm just trying to live life.
Yeah.
Try not to block my blessings. And I love friendship. Shout out to friendship.
Hallelujah.
And that's about it. That's all you need to know.
Thank God.
Don't look any further.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Onyeka, take it away.
Hi everyone. My name is Onyeka Okafor.
I wish you guys.
That was great.
This girl wins.
Hi guys.
That is crazy.
Your last name is...
Why are you interrupting my introduction?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Well, I feel like I shouldn't even be introducing myself.
No. Please go on. Please, I'm very eager to hear about.
Most people don't introduce themselves. I feel like you guys should introduce me.
Oh, sorry.
See wahala.
But let me just do it.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Onyeka Okafor.
Your last name is Okafor.
Yeah.
Are you Chika's sister?
Who's Chika?
I'm dying, bro.
I think Chika is my sister.
Of course.
We are twins.
You're twins.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyways, thank you guys for coming.
You're welcome.
So Onyeka, that's your own introduction.
I feel like that's all everybody needs to know. We are still working on the background. I don't
And if
know
you know, and if
background
you
right
don't
now.
know.
Okay.
We are working on it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So we're moving into the next section of the podcast, which is the blind leading blind, where we receive dilemmas from people. And today, one of our own people here has a dilemma.
It feels like I always have a dilemma.
Because you have
It's
many
okay.
problems. That's the issue.
It's fine. That's what we're here
Simi, you have to bring your issues to
to
this
support you.
podcast very soon because
Okay, my issues are coming. Pending.
Be
Okay.
prepared. Get excited.
okay. My issue is that
You with like capital I.
anyways, I went to New Jersey on Friday, came back
Okay.
today, and I'm here on this podcast. People should give me a round of applause because I feel like I deserve it.
for.
Anyways, I went to this. I came down from my plane at the airport, and then I just met this 50-year-old. I don't know if he's 50-year-old, but this man tried to. This man, I don't know how old he is, but he has gray hair and child. He was like, it feels like I've seen you before. I started having this one kind conversation with me. And I'm like, okay, that's okay. But it's like, he made me give him my number, and I didn't want to do that. But also I didn't know how to say like, no, I'm not interested. Get out. I think my dilemma is how do people respond to people that you don't want, like, first of all, coming to you and asking you, because it's like, it's kind of scary. Because people will say, oh, don't give him your number. My friend will say, don't give him your number, but like, that's kind of scary because what if he comes and slaps me? What would I do?
Yeah.
What would I do?
Slap.
Onyeka, it happens. I swear.
Yeah.
Those
No,
are like the
genuinely.
So typically, when you say no, I'm not giving you a number, they'll slap you.
It's
Those
not
are like
every-
rare.
It's not everybody,
It's not that
but
rare. It's not that rare, Onyeka, for real.
You learn something new every day.
no, because
not
it's
that
scary, and it's like I was there by myself, and like my ride was not there yet, so it's not as if I could be, oh, I'm good, bye
Was it
bye,
night?
my ride is here.
Was it
Huh?
during the day or at night?
It was getting dark. It was around 5, so 5 is it's getting dark already, and I mean I was not the only one there, but like I was so like, I don't want to have this conversation. Why is it that it's always people that age that comes up to me? Why can't they just be like
You have no shame.
this young, handsome, good-looking person? Because I just to feel like, what the heck? I'm watching all this Korean drama, and I'm just like, why can't I just bump into some cool guy in a suit? And it's this man, and I'm like, okay, fair enough. You want to have a conversation, like, that's fair enough that you're toasting me. That's a good thing. But I don't want to get your number, and I don't know how to say no.
This is
So is your dilemma like
very topical.
How do you respond? Like, not how do you say no, but like, how do you respond to that kind of situation where it feels like you're cornered? Is it okay for me to just give them my number and then just not respond when they text me and block them?
I
yeah?
I feel like
that's okay. If you can't say no. Wait, sorry, Makena, you were talking.
no. I want to hear your sage wisdom first. Tell me.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, I feel like if you can't say no, then that's fine. You can just block the person. But I typically just say, oh, I don't give my number to strangers. Bye.
And they leave you alone.
The end. Yeah.
The end.
We're done.
Yeah. I feel like I've never really felt cornered. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I can't really relate.
I always lie. I think lie. Like, sometimes I would be like, oh, like one person, the one it happened in Nigeria, they were like, oh, blah, blah. I was like, oh, I'm visiting. I don't have a Nigerian number. But this man was very persistent. I was like, okay, if you have iMessage, I can use iCloud. I said, So some people are crazy like that, but me, I always lie. Like, I told them, I was like, oh, I don't have a Nigerian number. I only have an American one. Sorry. I will form accent on top so you can just leave me in peace. But whenever I say that, they usually I fall off, except that guy that said, "Oh, I message," and
What
I
did
give
you
him
say
my
after the
iMessage.
iMessage?
Oh my god.
Huh? I give the iMessage and I blocked him. It's easy. It's actually easy. And then sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, I don't really give her my number." Then they'll be like, "Oh, can I have your Instagram collect? I will block you." It's just
Yeah, Sarah, I don't have social media, so I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't have. Thank you.
yeah.
Sometimes it's not easy for me to lie. That's one
Think
thing.
I'm a liar. I like
Exactly.
lying. So
Some of us don't. Some of us are honest people to me.
Sorry.
Exactly. We are
I
people of
wouldn't lie.
integrity, yeah.
I too, as a fellow liar,
Exactly.
I feel like if you're
Shame.
feeling cornered, and it's also because I'm sure for some people you could give your number, but that's still not enough. They're still trying to chat. They want to know where
Yeah,
you
it's like
going. Where
if
do
you don't want,
live?
you don't want. Yeah.
I know. So for me, it's like, oh, now I have a boyfriend. So my boyfriend is coming to pick me up.
Do you know I almost said that? He was like, "Oh, are you here to visit your boyfriend?" And then he said something, "Hope you're a good girl." What does that even mean?
No, that guy is crazy.
That's not correct.
I was like,
I'm very
I
sorry
mean,
that
Was he trying to be your dad or your mom?
I guess what? He was a
Yeah.
Yoruba man.
What's not? What I ain't come? Don't do
Yeah,
that.
Why
yeah.
you don't
Well,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That was your cousin.
Leave your family. Not
That's
my
my
cousin.
uncle.
Not my uncle. I'll beg.
Yeah, honestly,
So-
I feel like I would just go with the lie because the thing
Obviously.
about the truth is if it complicates your security. See, that's the main thing. If it's your security and your safety that's the issue, I just go with the lie. But I too wish I could just say the truth. I'm just out here by myself, and I'd like it if you could
feel
just
like-
go away. But
yeah.
that's a pipe dream for me. That's how it feels to me. So
Yeah.
If you don't want to lie, just give them your number and then block them. Simple and short.
Yeah. And sometimes I used to give her my brother's number, but I had to stop doing that because I felt
he's
bad.
getting annoyed.
I don't know if anyone ever actually texted me because sometimes they will actually want to call the number there and then.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what happened to me because I was going to give them another number, but
I would say
give him
give
another
them
number.
give them a fake number and say your phone is broken. And then if they go
But I was holding my phone.
no, but say it's broken, you can't take calls.
Oh, yeah, my
I haven't
This
paid
is
my
why it's
bill.
not good to lie. That's why Jesus said,
Bro,
the
that's
truth
actually a
will
good
set you
one. You
free.
say, I haven't paid my phone
I haven't paid
bill.
my phone
You
bill.
now say, let me pay for you.
Yeah, so give me the money. And I
But
will
see, it'll
go.
take time to process. It's not like
Exactly.
you can pay it on the spot and it'll work.
So if you want to pay for my phone bill, you can.
Or if you want to get really deep, they make apps where you generate a phone number.
Oh, I saw that on
yes.
TikTok.
So it's like it's not real, but they can call you on it. I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
You press a button, it gives you a phone number, and then it will work for a limited amount of time. So if
Yeah.
you give it to someone and they call you on the spot, it will ring on your phone. But then you just like discard it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exist anymore.
Yep.
That's crazy.
We live in hard
need
times.
that.
This is a necessary application.
I need that.
That was very innovative.
That's one thing that's the type of thing that like deters me from like clubs and things like that when like just weird people trying to approach you. And this is what I want like a handsome man in a suit.
Why is
A
it?
Korean
Exactly. Why suits?
because I've
Like,
been
the
watching
people just
K drama. Leave me alone.
I think you need to go to like a suit shop and find your
A
man.
thrift
there.
shop.
You need to at a suit shop. You need to go work at a suit shop. You need to like
I might
fake-
actually
Just to
do
find
that
man.
because they look
Yeah.
they look so cool. They look so cool. They look so cool. That suit looks so clean, and then they'll now do their hair like this. Yeah.
Oh, so are you looking for a Korean man?
No. I want that energy, that vibe. Okay.
I see.
Now we're moving to the next section of the podcast.
Have we helped you? Do you feel helped?
I feel helped. I feel like the app is actually a very good suggestion. I might have to download that and keep that for future reference.
Yeah, it's not easy to be a hot cake.
It's not.
Yeah.
Just gotta roll with the
Sorry.
punches.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry.
one day your husband can
I know.
scare him off himself.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Your husband has to learn how to fight.
In a suit.
In a suit.
Imagine.
okay. Anyways, the next session of the podcast called "If You Don't Get It."
Forget about it. Super fans.
Onyeka, why did you follow through this?
I'm sorry. I just felt like nervous and overwhelmed. I felt like, wow. Like, I'm a fan. So, like, it was like, whoa, this is crazy.
It was a lot for you. I understand. It was a lot for me too. It was a lot for me too.
Okay, Onyeka, are you ready?
Yes.
If you don't get it,
Forget about it. That was a good one.
Thank you.
I like the
your own
spin
be
that you made on
different?
it. This is a VIP. This is a VVIP.
Celeb. Sorry.
EVIP. Extremely. Oh no, that's not good English.
Extremely very.
No, forget.
oh god. Anyways, in this episode, we're having part 2 of our series. I don't know if it's part 2 or just the second episode of our series called "Why Are You Shouting?" And our 2 beautiful guests today are going to talk to us about unemployment.
First of all, can I just say that? Wow. The fact that we've known each other for how long? Florence, we just met, but I just expected more from you still. Because of all the episodes you could bring up unemployment that you thought was fit for me.
We said we're going to talk about unemployment. Who would we talk about?
Onyeka and Makena. At least Makena is
Not the value of friendship.
Makena is exactly. How to maintain a long friendship is unemployment. You guys could call me for. But it's fine.
We'll call you back. Don't worry. We'll call you back. You're coming back.
I'll call you back for I made 6 figures in my 20s.
Exactly.
That'll be you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Be expecting that episode, guys. Yeah.
Anyways, and we're going to talk all about unemployment. And the first question I'm just going to put out there is that, in your opinion, what do you people feel like are some myths about unemployment or related to unemployment? Let's start small.
Some myths.
Suppose that unemployed people are lazy, which is something my family members would definitely subscribe to.
That makes sense. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
when people think unemployed, they always think it's a choice. Like,
Yeah.
You are the one that doesn't want to find a job. When,
No, say that we're Gen Z.
Yeah. So I think, what Makena says makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that plays a role to an extent, but I think to another extent, I feel like I'm learning that I am actually lazy.
Wow, truth. She's come to. This is a real fact. Okay.
Because I had to like really actually reflect. Like I have been applying and stuff, but I feel like there's a balance. Like it's like I have been doing stuff, but there's more I could do.
Right.
So,
What do you feel like there's more? Like, what do you feel like you could do more?
like I feel like I study computer science, and it's very based on what you can do and not necessarily your grades. So I feel like I could have been, like when I graduated, I could have been working on like projects to beef up my skills, because like the tech industry is very saturated right now. So I feel like in order to actually get a job, I have to be able to do the job. Like that involves working on projects and stuff. I feel like because I had an internship, I thought that I could, that was enough. But the tech industry moves very fast. You have to stay relevant. You have to stay up to date. So that's what I'm learning. Never get comfortable. But also, unemployed people are not necessarily lazy. It's a balance.
See philosophy that she's giving us. She understood the philosophy.
Philosophy, babe. Just easy.
You guys should have paid me, but it's fine. I'll just do this charity.
See, we will pay you, but we don't have money. This podcast makes $0 per episode.
For now. When you guys blow, remember me, please. Thank you.
No worry.
No, you remember us when you blow up.
What?
What? I don't understand what you said.
Makena.
No, you said blow up.
Word. Like word. Like,
Snap.
Oh, I thought I was the one who was misunderstood.
oh, no, you are the one who misunderstood.
Yeah,
Like,
McKenna, you were I don't understand what you said,
was
McKenna.
saying
When
that,
Onyeka blows up,
yeah.
that's what you say, blows up.
Oh, okay. I thought. Oh, never mind.
I thought I was confused. I thought I forgot how to.
Never mind. Okay. The next question is like, do you people feel like any sort of pressure? I don't know, from maybe like society or family or whoever, to kind of hurry up and get a job or anything like that.
I do not. I don't feel pressure from. Maybe it's because I'm not on social media. I'm not on anything. It's just my family. I just go to church, so it's chill. The only pressure, the only pressure that I feel is probably just me wanting money, like me wanting to make income. But I don't even feel pressured about that because
Why
I'm in a
not?
comfortable place.
This is interesting because Sim is always thinking about money. Oh,
I love money. Everybody in this this podcast already.
I like money. I like money too, and I'm ready to make it. But I don't feel pressure.
Like, you don't feel pressure to find a job, but you don't feel pressure to make money, or both.
How will I make money if I don't have a job?
Yeah, but like, I mean, because you say you like money, but you don't feel pressure. So are you saying like you don't necessarily you like money, but you don't feel the need to like make it?
I
You
feel
can
the
like
need.
money, but you might not feel any pressure to work towards having the money. Do you
I
get what
feel
I
the
mean?
need, I get. I feel the need, and I'm working towards it, but it's not like a pressure. Like
Yeah,
I'm just like focusing on building those skills and like focusing
that's
on
good.
doing what I'm supposed to do, but like without pressure. Because I don't
what
think
skills
pressure
are you
helps.
building now?
Like just beefing up with my coding skills. You know, do you want me to get into like the nitty gritty of it?
You can.
You can.
Yeah, I'm just working on projects like that will make me a better programmer, like Python and so on and so forth. Yeah.
That's very beautiful.
Do you think the reason you don't feel pressure is because you're already working towards a goal? Like, do you think you would have felt pressure if you weren't doing anything?
Maybe.
Therapist.
I guess I don't really get pressure. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I'll get back to you on that. I have to.
Okay.
Therapy session.
I know you're still in school, so like, but you're a senior, and like most people look for jobs in a senior so that when they graduate, they graduate with a job or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you feel any like fear or pressure that I might graduate without a job offer, and then how do you navigate that?
I feel pressure 100%.
Okay.
I feel like if I graduate without a job, then I fail.
And it's very much a personal thing.
Okay.
And I've realized and I've reflected and I've seen that it's mostly the pressure is coming from me because other family members and family friends who have graduated from like colleges in the US or just like anywhere, they have had their own journey with like those who are still in their 20s. So they've graduated like maybe at most 5 years ago. And they've just had their own journeys and like family members are very, you're finding yourself and you're fine. But for me, it's like, I need to go, I need to move, I need to go, I need to. Which is a weird thing. I don't really know where all that is coming from. But I definitely feel that. And I think it's also, it is me comparing myself to other people a lot. Like even I have stayed off socials because they've all become a bit too draining. But it's just like, I have this vivid picture of me like graduation day, and I don't know if they'll do this, but it's like we walk by and they say so and so will work at la 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 la.
They don't
And then
do
it comes
that.
to me.
They
don't.
It's small school though, because the three of us went to big school. I don't
Maybe
think
have you attended a graduation in your school?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
This is just like
I
a
don't think
night
that's
that
normal.
I've envisioned.
Maybe.
Yeah. And then it's just
They'll
walk on the
say
stage.
she's still figuring it out.
Oh, they'll say, and Makena is going nowhere.
Jesus Christ.
And I think it's also because I compare myself more to
the international students on my campus, a lot of who do STEM and business, a lot of who do internships during like summer of sophomore and junior year. And so a lot of whom have offers already or who are on their way to med school. I'm like, oh, me, because I feel like in my school, there are not as many international students who are doing art subjects, which might be like an in general thing in the US, or maybe it's just in my school. But I'm like, I don't have that many points of reference for people who are non-STEM, non-business, and like what their obstacles for like job hunting are.
Right.
So it's like I'm mostly comparing myself to people who are in completely different circumstances, but because we're in the same year, I'm like, oh, but I should be on there.
And that's about it.
So I think Makena, because you don't, like you say, you're not in like STEM or business, which is like very typical for international students anyways, and just I guess not students in general, but mainly for international students. So do you feel like how do you navigate? Do you feel alone first of all in that aspect, and like how have you tried to kind of find that community, or is that something you're still working towards finding?
That's a very good question with a very disappointing answer.
Jesus.
Because basically, I didn't try to find a community with like international students who were in more humanities or art fields.
Okay.
I think because I was so focused like the past few years in just finding a community after the COVID year, which kind of like messed up social interactions and getting to meet people. And now that I'm at this point, I'm like, oh, now I really would value a community like that.
Right.
I found one person who international, like very into the arts and wants to do like loads of different things. And she was like, oh my gosh, we should like get together and work on projects, like our own projects, because I think she's more focused on music and like music production, video production, whereas I'm more into writing and like food stuff.
Okay.
But she was like, oh, if we work on our own projects and we just support each other. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. And then I didn't message her.
Jesus.
So that one is.
But I feel like you
Julio.
can message her now.
No, I really can. And I know it's not like it's not deep, like there's no beef.
Yeah.
And in fact, every time I see her, she'll be like, oh yeah, we should still. And I'll be like, yeah, it's just like schoolwork. But I think it's also that thing of when you're finding a job in school, you're always having to balance two things. Or at least like, I mean, even in school, you're having to balance more than one thing. It's not just school. It's school and social life and all the other things. And then to add in trying to find a job is kind of like having to juggle another thing. So I've kind of had the thing where if I if I dedicate more time to one, then one has to slip as a consequence. At least that's been my experience. So that's kind of stood in the way of finding that community. But I think I also don't feel alone because of people I know who are international students but don't go to my school. So like friends I've had before who are interested in those things. And then I can talk to them. Yeah.
That's good. We love to see you. We love supportive friends. Shout out to that girl that reached out to you.
I'll message you one day.
Wait, but I have something to add about like the not feeling pressure because I feel like as international students we have like a timeline until they kick us out, but they're not going to kick me out because I started like you can do. International students have the option of like starting a business, so you can use that as your OPT thingy. So that's also why I don't feel as much pressure because I have a business. That I'm working on.
Don't do business. Your business is a business. Period.
CEO. It's a business that I'm working on, and so I'm not like worried about being kicked out. I just have to find a job.
That's good.
Okay, go off the CEO.
That's good. But I knew you guys said, well, Onyeka said she doesn't feel pressure, and Makena does feel pressure. But has there been like, I guess, an emotional impact on on this journey, and like has it made you like doubt yourself, for example, or just maybe has it affected your self-worth, let's say that, and like has it been like an emotional roller coaster? And if it has, like, just talk us through how that has been for you.
It has been, yes, it has, because like I said, I got an internship and I assumed that that would be enough. So like during my senior year, I was like, anyway, with the internship, I'll be able to get a job. You know what I'm saying? But that was not the case. So like after graduation, I was like, okay, let me start applying. And then I was applying and applying and applying. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So I think I just had to. It has just given me a chance to understand like the real world better. So like initially, I was like, oh my gosh, why am I not getting the job? But now I've just accepted that you just have to work hard in life. That's just life. So yeah, thank you.
Anytime.
No, thank you.
And that's a
Oh my
wrap.
God.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's made me feel sad, but in a weird kind of way because so obviously I have that thing of comparing myself to other people, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing as well. I feel sad, but at the same time, and I also feel lucky that like I still have the cushion of still having like another semester at school. But obviously like I can see from other people's experience and like Onyeka, what you're saying, it's not like if I don't get a job by the end of senior year, like the world is going to explode. Like I have time. But I think also I've been lucky that I have a little extra time to just kind of like consider, if I just rush into any job, what will be the long-term consequences?
Oh, baby girl.
Exactly.
I'm actually screaming. I think mostly because one cousin that I have who is now in their kind of like mid or like late 20s has spoken about how they had a lot of friends who went into kind of like data analyst roles, finance stuff, and then have now wanted to leave to pursue things that they're more passionate about. Whereas I'm used to the story where people are leaving their, I guess like, I don't know, higher earning or more stable jobs in like their 40s and 50s.
Right.
So if my cousin say that people in their mid 20s are trying to do career changes because they're not satisfied, I'm like, okay, I can get employed, which obviously like is important. I want to support myself. I want to be able to like start my career.
Yeah.
But I have time to consider like what's something that will give me longevity instead of just like ticking the box of being employed.
Right.
So as much as
Exactly.
like the longer I am, like I don't have a job or an offer, it kind of like makes me upset. You know, I'm trying to make sure that I don't make myself even more upset once I have
Right.
the job.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a
But do
valid
people
point.
think? I was going to say, do people think that you have to be passionate about your job? Like, do you think that you have to love what you're doing all the time?
I Yeah, that's what I was
I
going to
think you have to
say.
be okay. You don't have you shouldn't hate it, like be like, oh, I'm miserable. But some people might even have to experience that because you need money at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So maybe initially you have to do something that you don't like to be able to make enough money to do something that you actually like or to get experience that will help you do something that you actually like. But you cannot expect to love everything or be passionate about
Yeah.
everything that you do for the rest of your
Yeah.
life.
I agree, and this is why I hate motivational speakers, because they lie too much. Because they're always like, you have to do what you love, so you love what you do. I mean, if you love what
So
you
that
do, you do what you
your
love. I
job
mean, well,
is not be a job or something.
yes,
It's to be
it's like
a,
that's
whatever,
fucking
a
fucking
lifestyle.
liar,
Follow your passions.
bro.
So that it shouldn't be a job.
Be
Mm,
passionate.
why are
Quit your
you
9 to 5
lying?
is making you miserable.
I feel like even people that
And be
follow their
poor.
passions, people that even follow their passions, it's too hard.
Exactly.
Like all those actors,
Yeah,
like, oh,
nothing
it
is
got hard.
easy.
Nothing
Oh my god,
is
nothing
easy.
is easy. That's the one big thing that I'm learning. Like, even
Exactly.
if there are things that I love, like I love doing every day, but it's so hard. Some days you just complain, and I'm like, am I complaining because I hate it? No, I actually love what I'm
Yeah.
doing, but like,
It's
it's
still
like
hard.
it's not easy. It's not
Yeah,
easy. People think that like when you're passionate about what you're doing and you love like what you're doing, you're going to wake up and remember, sunshine. I'm doing something so beautiful today. I
literally,
am going and I'm passionate.
Yeah.
But like it's really not like that. Like people
exactly,
aren't like even if you're doing a job or that you're really passionate about and you love, there are days that you want to kill somebody. It's true. There are days that
exactly.
you want to strangle somebody.
Legit.
I've been having those days
As
past
someone
2
that works in the
weeks.
health, I feel like you shouldn't be wanting to strangle. Hey, okay.
Oh no.
That is crazy. Because I genuinely feel like you can count, at least speaking to my friends that are working and stuff, I can count the number of people that actually love what they do. Like the truth is especially your first job in like a normal case scenario, your first job is not going to be your dream job. Like I feel like you just see your first job as okay, this will help me see what I like and what I don't like, what I can take and
Yeah,
what I cannot take. Because
yeah,
honestly, for me, my first job was about like I've always said on this podcast, money. That was it. I just like so I personally I've seen it as okay, this is just a stepping stone to and like now I know okay, this I like, this I don't like, this I like, this I don't like. So I don't think anybody's first job is going to be their dream job. Personally, if anybody says they should come and fight me because they're lying, and I'm a liar too, so I know when you're lying. Stop lying
Onyeka,
for
what are you
real.
going to say?
I was just going to like say for the youngins out there, like I advise you just to like, you know,
You know,
You were saying
these
something about
things.
healthcare, not this thing that you're saying now. What were you saying? I think you were
Oh,
asking
I
me a
was just.
question.
Oh no, I was just worried because you wanted to strangle people
I
and you
was
worked in
worried
a
as
hospital.
well.
Oh no, not in a bad way, but like I was
No,
just
I get what you mean. I get what
I
you
was
mean.
just frustrated with things because
Yeah.
at my job sometimes I do stuff with insurance, and sometimes
Okay,
oh,
what's your role?
That's terrible.
it's so frustrating the things that they do, and it's like sometimes they will ask you questions they've already asked you. Sometimes it's like just things that they make so hard and like make so inaccessible for people, and just the time it takes to do things. So I've just been frustrated with that. But like at the end
Yeah.
of the day, like I feel like I love what I do. I
You still
love
like
the
your job.
kinds of thing that I'm like doing for people. But I don't wake up every single morning. I'm like, oh my god, sunshine! Like oh god, like I love what I'm doing and I love the impact of it. But like I don't wake up every day like, oh my god, I love this. I love every single
Yeah.
thing. Like I feel like there's always good and bad parts, and you just have to pick out the good parts and let that drive you.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Agreed.
but
I
yeah,
agree really heavily with what Onyeka said about like if you were doing what you absolutely love and what your dream is, it actually wouldn't be your job. At least the way that we have like jobs today. Maybe in a dream world one day, like 200 years from now, if the earth is still around, that'll be how jobs work.
not
But
200 years.
there's like your job is work and it feels like work. So I feel like at least the way I'm seeing it, if I end up with a dream job, it doesn't necessarily have to be a single job or one job title, but maybe there are like numerous job titles that deal with the same skills or have the same like set of conditions. Like maybe you're like a people person and your dream job is something where you work with people. It's not like a singular job. And then like working at a desk by yourself is the kind of job that you really wouldn't want to have. So
Yeah.
that's more like what you should like I think it's also this has been an exercise in realizing that I shouldn't pigeonhole myself, which is kind of upsetting because I feel like that's what high school does. I feel like they, especially in some like curriculums where it's like the older you get the less subjects you choose and the
Right.
more it's kind of like oh choose things that point towards one career,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
really you should be opening yourself up to as many as possible. But they don't want us to
Yeah.
thrive.
That's one
I
thing
know,
I'll
right?
give the
It's
American
very
school
annoying.
system. Yeah,
I know.
that's one thing
I
I'll
know.
give them, that you have options, because
You have
in night
options.
it's not like that. So
Yeah.
Because yeah, you choose science, arts,
Or
commercial.
right from when
arts.
you're 14, what do I know then?
That's it.
No,
Or
you know what I did? I picked everything. I had to bring my daddy has to come to school to tell him that this girl
should
does
be
not
able
know
to do
what
that.
she wants. So
I was really,
and that's
I was
fair
really
because those are kids. Like
I
I
I'm
pick
was
not
really
even.
going to pick
everything.
arts. I
Bro,
was
my
like, oh,
friends
I hate
thought,
maths.
like my friends from Trinity, when they see me now, they're like, "You're in finance." Everybody thought I was a science student, like because I used to do everything. Like I don't have a direction, so
Yeah, and I feel like
it's crazy,
that's most young people don't know what they want to do. And I feel
right?
like even when you
Honestly.
get into uni, like even how like you write jam, you have to pick Makena.
That's me.
Yes.
No, I'm just saying that's me. But continue
Oh,
speaking. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
relate.
exactly, exactly. And like you have to write jam and pick like what you're going to study in uni. And when you get to uni, you cannot change. That's back home in Nigeria, and it's just like, wow, why? What's the point
Actually,
of that? But
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys say the realities are for like job search as as an international student?
As an international student, there are lots of companies that don't sponsor. Like there are companies that require this clearance, that clearance, blah 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 blah. And it's like I don't have all that. So your options are more limited,
Right.
but you still have stuff that you can search for. You just have to look a bit more like you have to be a bit more intentional about finding places that sponsor.
I agree with that. I feel like maybe also um a lot of people talk about how your network gets you further than more or less kind of like your skills and like your resume or anything that goes on paper. I feel like that is even more true for international students, where it really helps to have people who, you know, can tell you about jobs that maybe aren't listed or like tell you about opportunities or who are just willing to hire you because they once were also an international student with high hopes. Um, yeah, I feel like also it's an exercise in flexibility. I really like making long term plans and sticking to them. And the fact that I cannot kind of like make routes here because I don't know if the government will allow me to make those routes is yeah, it's just something that you have to take into account.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel really stressed by it, and then sometimes I kind of look out and I'm like, it's not that deep, but just because like I know what my circumstances are, you know? Like I'm just aware. It's not like I'm applying for all these jobs and then on the last day of school someone will tell me, "Oh, because you're an international student it works differently." Like I'm aware of what has to be
Yeah.
done.
Your
So,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself, kids.
Period.
Do
Also,
you?
Hashtag believe in yourself.
don't take advice from. Now, I went
Unemployed
to a
people.
P. No, I went to a PWI and like what some they always say is like, oh, don't apply for all these jobs. Just pick six and focus on them, and you give it your all, and you see that somebody will answer. Don't listen to those kind of people. You better apply, apply. Literally,
Apply
it
for
was one of my
everything.
professors. She was like, it was our business communications class. She was just talking about like, if you apply for too many jobs, I get what she was saying. Like, you don't give it your all because like you're just applying for multiple. So she was like, pick like six, write the cover letter for them, and like really like prep for the interviews and blah blah blah. But I'm like, that cannot apply for international students. I'm so sorry. You can't
Can it
apply.
even apply for domestic students? I'm struggling to.
I feel like there's
Yeah, who
probably
really
less
applies
pressure
for
for them
six
because I feel
jobs?
like it's probably I don't want to take away from their experience of how they look for jobs. Like I don't know how it feels for them, but I imagine that at least given the school I went to, like we had a lot of recruiters coming that didn't sponsor international students but sponsored regular like domestic people, and there was a lot like if you went to a lot of those events, like I feel like because the school has given that space for you to like network and find like those jobs or blah blah blah, it's a bit easier. I'm not saying it's easy. I don't know what it's like for them, but I feel like it's a bit easier, and I can understand why she would say that. Like if you focus, like prepping for at least speaking from a business perspective, like prepping for like consulting interview, like it's not easy. So you end up wasting away because you're always
Yeah,
awake.
well,
You're
don't prep
always
for interview
studying.
if you've not gotten the interview. Or is she saying start prepping before you
Like when you apply for
get
the
the
job,
interview?
you if you prep for because like sometimes some of the companies that come, they'll be like maybe you can just get like I said, connect. you can just do the some companies come and do the interview while same day you apply. Like they will come in person and the recruiter will also interview you as you apply.
Are the interviews like similar? Like,
It depends on
do you
the
know what
industry
a
you're
written
going in.
interview is
Like
like?
consulting interviews can be like they have the same like aesthetic. A marketing interview will probably be different. A finance, like proper finance, like investment banking interview is completely different because you have to do like I don't really understand finance. Let me not see, but like the different facets of business have different ways of recruiting.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
think that prepping for interview. Wait, sorry, continue. What I'm saying.
yeah, so she was just saying like, because you also have to write cover letter. I hate cover letter. I don't know who invented that whole cover letter rubbish.
Oh my no.
It's just
But
like
she
a
was
nice
just saying like
minimal
if you write
resume.
six
What more
good
do you
cover
want?
letters, because it is if you're applying for multiple jobs, I'm not writing a cover letter for 100 and something jobs. I'm just going to pick one cover letter and we change the company name. I'm sorry. So I think that's what I
Yeah,
think she was saying. Like if you just narrow it down, you can actually give it your all for those particular companies, which makes sense. But
yeah, it does.
please don't take that kind of advice, story or long.
Yeah, I think we need to balance it because on one
Yeah.
hand, don't just be applying like
Yeah.
because you need to see that okay, if I'm getting rejected and rejected and rejected, there's a reason why I'm getting rejected.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to beef up my resume or something. But also you can't just focus on six because
Yeah.
you
With
might
this
not
job
get it.
market in this economy.
Literally. Oh,
Yeah.
my junior year, I think I used to apply for 5 jobs a week. I had to sit myself down, be like, what is wrong? 5 jobs a week is crazy. Like you're just sitting out the same thing over and over again.
It's crazy.
It
Maybe
was,
it
it was
depends
too
on
much
the
for me.
industry.
I couldn't balance it, so I had to stop. I gave up because I was just getting rejected. You wake up
Yeah,
in the
in
morning,
school I wasn't
rejected, rejected.
applying.
Like you'll be wondering, am I that bad?
Yeah, I've learned that you shouldn't take all these things personally. It's your
Literally,
resume. It's your resume that they are rejecting.
honestly,
Just make a better resume.
that's a good
You
point.
should be a coach.
You should. So, what are you guys nervous about for your future?
How can you ask me that question?
I'm sorry.
Like
What
I
are you
said, I'm not
nervous
really
about?
nervous.
Onyeka, you are just cool, calm, and collected.
What can I say? I think it's just like a matter of knowing that if I keep on doing the work,
Mm-hmm.
the job will come.
Okay.
Like the reason why I'm not getting a job is because I'm probably not as experienced as I need to be. So if
Right.
I get to a certain level, the jobs will come. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I'm just going to focus on doing what I can do because being nervous doesn't really help anyone.
My mom
So
will
just
love
focus on
Onyeka.
doing what you can. That's how I feel right now. I was shaking in my boots. I was shaking in my boots, but now because it's been.
Yeah, this is the type of mentality my mom likes. Like,
Well, how did you get to this
just
point,
focus on the positive.
Onyeka?
Tell us your secret.
Yeah.
Honestly, not to start preaching and what.
Preach, let's hear.
But it's just like my family just having a relationship with God, like brought me a new perspective on like how these things work, and my parents just talking to older people around me. It's also like kind of normal because when you talk to a lot of older people, they say, "Oh yeah, it took me a year to find a job. It took me this to find a job." It's like when you talk to other people that have gone through the same thing, you can see that
Right.
your situation is not as like you're not as stupid as you thought you were or something like that. So you just like talk to people and do the work, and something will happen eventually.
Amen.
That's inspiring.
Yeah.
You've inspired me because I'm very nervous.
I'm glad.
All the time.
Don't be.
I probably
Just
shouldn't.
focus on doing what you can do.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll think about that.
This episode was for Makena.
This episode was for me, actually. That's what I'm realizing. That's what I'm realizing. The whole episode was just my dilemma in life, and Onyeka was my coach. Thank you, Coach Onyeka.
At least
I
we know it helped
appreciate
one
you.
person.
Anytime. Exactly. So, but Makena, what are you feeling nervous about?
Everything. I think it's also, I'm realizing it's the kind of person that I am, where I worry a lot about the future even before it comes. And that's never a good thing. Because you're right, nervousness doesn't get you anywhere. It just uses up your energy, which you can use otherwise. Um, so I'm like, oh, what if I don't get a job at all? What if no one ever employs me? What if I get a job but it's the wrong job, wrong for whatever reason? Maybe it doesn't pay enough, or it doesn't make me happy, or it doesn't look impressive enough, or I go to some other backwater in America and then I'm not able to use the bus to get anywhere, and then I'm alone. And I live among the cornfields. Um, what if I get a job and then I want a career change halfway through, like in my 40s? Like I feel like I was at a crossroads right now and I made the wrong decision and yada yada yada. But I know, like in my head, that I shouldn't dwell on those things because they don't matter, and I can't really like. I mean, I won't know if I've made like the wrong choice before
Exactly.
I know, so there's no point. But I still feel these things. And
Yeah,
I
it's
just
normal.
I mean, it's normal. Like,
It's normal to
it's a
feel
part of
nervous.
life, and I just feel like the more that I'm doing life, the more that I'm learning that life is a journey. And a lot of the times we like to like focus too hard on the future and like focus on like what will go wrong because of XYZ. But it's like even it's hard for me to do, but it's always good to like focus on the present and be very intentional in the present because like you said, life is a journey. Some people start a career and they're like, oh, this is rubbish, and they change. Some people like don't find something for a while and then they end up finding something and they end up doing something that they're passionate about. Some people never find something that they're passionate about, but they find other ways to kind of like outside of their careers, they find other ways to make life more fulfilling for them. So I think like life is different for everybody. It's always good to like just focus on you and focus on the present, which is hard to do. Like I'm talking now, but like there are things that me too I'm scared of. Like I'm applying to graduate school, and I know that it will choke me when when that time comes. It will choke me because it's like, where will I end up? What school will I go to? Who's going to take me? Who's not going to take me? Right now in my head, I'm delusional that I've already gotten it. So
congrats.
this is how I operate. but it's like, but those are things that I also like kind of worry about. Is like, what if I end up, somewhere in the desert somewhere and hating my life? I mean, these are things that comes into an anxious mind. But yeah, it's just I feel like you just have to focus on the present and focus on your own journey because it's going to look different. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's possible that you might find the right thing now, but like when you're 40, you still want to change. So you can't really plan
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
that.
That's why I always
for,
listen to
the future
podcasts
that.
like this with people that like tell their story about like all the twists and turns they had to take to get somewhere. And it's very nice to know that like Onyeka said, it's like it's not just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people also need to just to pick up back off what you are saying. Like friends, life is a journey. It's never too late to discover yourself. Like I feel like at 20s, there's so much pressure, like job wise, have this career, have these kids, have this marriage. Like you're just 20, bro. You don't know anything. No, legitimately, you haven't lived life. You actually don't know anything. So I hope that our generation kind of change the narrative and allows ourselves the time and the grace to actually spend time discovering what do you want. Like forget what society tells you to do. Like what do you want for yourself? Like don't put a clock on everything. Like yes, it will be nice. Like I told myself I'll be married by 25. That is not gonna happen. What?
You
Like,
never
but
know. It's not too late.
when I
How
was
old are you?
12, I was like, when I'm 25, I will be married. 25 seemed like
My
this
brother said
age
23.
where, exactly, you see, like, your 20s seem like this far
Yeah.
away age where, like, everything will just
Yeah.
fall into place.
Yeah, exactly. It feels
But
like
it's not
you're
like
supposed to
that.
arrive. Like you're supposed to arrive at a certain
Exactly.
Was I
place,
thinking about
and
my
it's like
20s when I was younger? I don't
Oh,
think I was even thinking
I
about
and
my
it's
was.
not
I
about
was
like
very
20s.
excited.
I was just thinking that like when you get to a certain age in this life, like you just arrive, and
Yeah.
everything will just be
Yeah.
standard. And it's like, oh, you have job, you have kids,
When
and then
I'm
it's
an
like you're good.
adult, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
like there's something so like I don't like you fantasize so much about like what's going to look like. Oh, I'm going to be taking trips and I have my kids and I have my
Exactly.
husband and XYZ, etc. But like I feel like nobody ever feels like they've arrived. I don't think
Ever.
that's a thing. Unless you're
My
like
parents
80.
are old.
She said I 80.
I don't
Even
know.
at 80, probably wouldn't.
I don't think you ever feel like you've
Life
because
is a journey.
even then, because you get to that point now and you're still saying, "Oh, I want my children to get married. I want them to have kids. I want to have grandkids."
Exactly.
It's like there's always something.
Yeah, you remember you're selfish. You always want something else. You are never satisfied.
Yeah.
So,
Facts.
so don't put so much pressure on your 20s because I just feel like there's a lot of pressure on this 20s. By your 20s, you must be a billionaire. By your 20s, you must do this. Are you a scammer? What do you want to do? Like, how are you going to accomplish all of this?
And 20s is not actually not a long time.
It's not long. You get
Like,
before you blink
it's not a
like
long
this. I
time.
remember when I turned 20 and now I'm 23.
I know, right?
I'm like, where did the time go?
Exactly.
It's not a long time, and not
It's
not
really
a lot has
not.
happened.
And a lot happens in your 20s.
A lot has happened, but a
Like,
lot has not
a
happened.
lot
Yeah,
happens in your
exactly.
20s.
That's how it feels. Like a lot has happened, but a lot has not happened.
Exactly. And you're introduced into new aspects of your life that you never saw before when you were 19, 18. Like, you enter and experience new things. So just give yourself that time and that grace to, like, you don't have to have it all figured out before you turn 30. When you turn 30, you're not going to, like, life is not going to end.
You know, 30 is like
Like, the way they make sound
will
30
die.
sound like it's like you're working with working week. Like,
30-year-olds are actually young people.
do you understand? Like,
They are
They're not
very
really
young.
aged.
They're
still
very
young.
young.
Like, so don't rush yourself to accomplish everything by 29 so that when you're in your like, relax, just calm down.
So what will not happen when you turn 30?
Do you get like what are you going to do?
And your life will now be mundane, and you'll not be looking for things to
Exactly.
do. Honestly, and honestly, I went through that period in my life, like soon, right after graduation. Like my job hadn't started yet, so I was just, and I hadn't started studying yet. So my life was like every day is just, like nothing was happening. And then when I started working, it felt like nothing outside of like work life was happening. So it felt like I was in a limbo, and I was just like, I was so restless. And now I'm wishing that I got that free time back. I'm wishing that I had that extra time
Yeah,
back.
that's what I'm trying to remember now that I don't have a job. Because I know that when I get the job,
Yes.
it will be another level of stress.
Yeah.
I also, just to add, I think like the whole thing of waiting to arrive and like worrying about, what if I don't have it figured out until my it seems that everyone is faking that they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Which I keep forgetting, but that's what everyone says. So no one knows what
Oh my god, are you guys on LinkedIn?
unfortunately. The worst social media of all time.
Honestly, I get
Boring. Like I don't even understand. It's so boring.
Why can't I message people?
You can't.
Why do I need no?
You
because I
can.
need some paid version.
Yeah, I think that's for you to know like
When-
who viewed your page and all those
when you
kind
send
of.
them like send them connect requests, and in that message
I
thingy-
did, then it put some weird thing.
Oh.
Well, we'll problem solve, but yeah, LinkedIn is weird.
I don't understand how. You know that some people have made LinkedIn like their Instagram. That's what's
That's scary.
baffles me. Like,
That's
But that's smart, bro.
Really?
The offers that they
that's
probably
true.
get.
That's
Really?
True, that's
I should be
true.
making posts.
Yeah, like
really helps, like,
LinkedIn.
visibility.
People need to focus on networking on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a good way to find.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
don't even have a
kind of people.
Makena is in a realization.
yeah, I'm really realizing
There's a
something.
reason why
After we
people-
finished, hey,
Yeah.
If you know how to use LinkedIn very well, you will succeed in your life.
Yeah,
But I don't
don't.
just care enough
I
to
don't
learn.
know.
That's my biggest issue. Maybe I should do.
You
But
should.
I hate LinkedIn. I just don't get
Maybe
it.
Maybe
should too.
Diga needs to launch on LinkedIn.
you should be on
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
You get coming on LinkedIn very soon. We don't have job opportunity, but we'll help you.
Just make posts.
But yeah. Okay.
Do you guys have tips? I mean, Onyeka has given us a million tips.
I know now.
Never has given us a
I still
picture
have more
service.
tips.
Okay.
Oh,
I give tips.
Let's
Let's
see.
hear.
because like Simon was talking about, like how in advances we focus on job, marriage, blah 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 blah. But I think those are just like the fruits. Those will just be the fruits of who you have become. So focus on yourself. Like focus on becoming hardworking. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on developing skills. Focus on just the actual character traits that will lead to the things that you want. And don't pay attention to those things, because you cannot control that. What you can control is like the person that you're
Who
becoming.
you are.
So that's what you should focus on.
Work on the tree of your life, and it will bear its
Exactly.
fruit naturally.
Facts.
Word,
That's
word,
the
word,
perfect
word,
Retirement.
word,
Just made them a building. Just made them a building.
You get ahead.
Doing the plug. No, but I see what you mean. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something I'm learning to, like, because I used to be I still am, but let's act like I'm not. I used to be the person that I used to like focus on, like, oh, what am I doing? What am I getting? What am I, like, all those kind of like material things. But like, I feel like when you turn inwards and focus on like personal growth, it really does make a difference in your outlook on things in general. Like, it really does when you're focusing on learning about who you are and working on that. It really does help your outlook very, very much. Yeah.
Also, sometimes you have to be honest with yourself, because it could be that you're not getting something because there's something that you have to change.
Exactly.
So, like, am I actually lazy? Are my grades actually poor? And there's some things that I have to improve. And then improve on that. You can do it. The human mind is limitless, I think.
That was powerful. No, just go with it. You have tips.
Makena, do you have tips? Oh. I wasn't going to ask Simi, because what does she
Why?
know? Makena, do you have tips?
I feel like I'm the one with the least experience post grad. So we can end with me. I feel like you have some tips, no?
But you still have a lot.
some
Like, you
knowledge.
have a lot to give us. Like,
Yeah.
for the younger college kids. Or
Yeah, I
maybe
guess.
something that you're looking forward to.
I think you should keep your options open. I think you should, I saw, because I'm always on YouTube. 25/8, I'm always on YouTube. And I'm always in the comments. And I remember I watched one video and someone left a comment about, a lot of people find it impressive when you achieve something very early in life. Like those kids on America's Got Talent who are like 13. But they were saying that for them, they find it more impressive when you achieve something later in life. I guess because it's like rarer, but also you have a lot more going on in your life when you're older.
Right.
And you have like many things pulling you in different directions. So to do something like to start a business, or maybe to make like X amount of dollars when you're like, you have grandkids, they were like, that seems more impressive. And I just think maybe sometimes, especially our generation, we're very caught up in doing things as early as possible. In part because of like how it looks, if we make a post, or like if we tell people, and like how impressive it seems. But you can just play the long game. Life is quite long. You think people say life is short, and I see it, but
Hopefully.
it's also, hopefully, if all goes well, life can be quite long.
Yeah.
So you can just slow down as well. Calm down. Do some meditation. Find a nice yoga video. Get on a mat. Stretch a bit.
Okay.
Take care of your body. Take care of your body. Because money is nothing if you're not healthy.
We don't lie on this podcast.
Money is nothing if you're not healthy.
No, but if you're dead, like, how you enjoy your money? You have to take care of your body.
Money is nothing if
Teach
you're not
Simi
healthy.
something, please.
Maybe your
Take
children,
care of your health.
your children will try to enjoy. Somebody will enjoy that money. That money is not going to vanish.
It needs to be me who
So
enjoys
what about
it.
you?
But what about you that
You
made the
enjoyed
money?
it when you were alive. Right?
When you're
But why can't I
walking,
be alive
when
for a
you're
long time to enjoy it?
when
Yeah, but
you're
you were
now
enjoying it as you
walking
were
to
making
death.
it. You people make
Why are
it
you
sound
really
like that.
enjoying it?
How are you
Actually,
enjoying it?
I'm
when
not
you don't have-
enjoying it.
If you're at work You have to consciously enjoy it.
Okay, if I'm
When
at
you're
work, doesn't
working,
mean that
working,
maybe
working,
I don't have
working,
a flight
working.
after work to the Maldives.
Do you
That's
have
what
a
it
flight?
means.
You have a flight after
Do
work.
you have a flight? No,
How
to Maldives.
your boss will just fire you.
No, I'm not talking
Do you
about
know you have
me
a
person.
flight
I'm
after
talking about
work?
the person you're talking about, the hypothetical person. Because you were like, oh, you blah blah blah. I'm saying because you are working doesn't mean you can enjoy your money as you are making it. That's the point I'm making.
But some people work,
You can,
work,
but
work,
some people
but
don't. That's what I'm trying to say.
and their
Like you
health
have to
That's true.
consciously
suffers.
think of other things. Yeah, it's all about balance.
We are
Don't
all
work.
correct. We can all enjoy our money
Yeah.
while we make it. Make sure you enjoy your money. Don't hoard it.
Exactly.
Don't put it in a savings account because it will
I
lower
I
its
know I
value.
know
Put it
two
in a
people
savings
that need
account,
this
savings account.
advice.
Oh wait, I thought
Savings
you.
account.
Oh wait, you're not talking about
The savings account.
I thought you were supposed to stock or something.
Please
You
put
can't
it in a
do
savings
that
account and please
It
invest.
doesn't diminish,
Your
or is it
money.
if you put it in a checkings and it diminishes
Yeah,
in value?
you need to
Never mind.
Yeah.
Please put your money in a
Yeah.
savings account.
Yeah.
Also, don't listen to me for
And
financial
invest
advice.
it.
But enjoy
that
your money
that-
while you have it, and then also take care of your body. And
the hoarding parts. There are two people that I know off the top of my head that need that
Oh.
advice.
nothing
She will
common.
listen to this and she will
Yes,
text
oh.
us.
It's better to be a hoarder than a spender, Sha.
That's
My
not
humble
true.
opinion.
Because you can
I
die
feel
in
like
death.
yeah.
You'll be alright.
I think we need to find a happy
You
balance.
have to think about
Yeah.
your future. Yeah.
You can't just hoard and you can't.
I feel
just
like it's
spend.
all about
Yeah.
balance. It really
Yep.
is about
Yeah.
balance.
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
What's your
Because-
advice
For what?
for
Tips now.
Find
What have you been talking about?
Oh,
since?
sorry. Don't be angry. I was talking about
Is
a
this bed
lot.
that you're on? This bed.
No, I'm talking about a lot. So I want to know what topic we're giving the tip on.
Okay.
I
To people.
think honestly, my tip. I feel like just try, because I think for me when I was applying, I was in my head a lot because a lot of these companies that sponsor international students are big companies, and I was just like, why would they accept me? Like, who am
You're a hot
I?
kid.
Like,
A hot
and that's valid, but like in that time and space, I was like, kind of, is it not imposter syndrome they call it? Yeah. And I was just like I was just like they wouldn't accept me. Like even when I got the job I have now, I mean I know God played a big role in it, but like I couldn't believe because I was like, why the hell would this company pick me? Like I'm not their typical employer. I'll be employee, sorry. Like I don't fit into I don't fit into their aesthetic. I really don't. And I felt like I didn't fit into a lot of like corporate America's aesthetic. And I still kind of feel like that way, but like so I would say like don't bring your head too much. Like at the end of the day, one company, and it's not also about you trying to fit like be right for that company. That company also has to be right for you. Because I think we're all always focused on, oh, will this company want me, will this company want me? But also like that company might not be good for you. There's some companies that are really, 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 really good, but they don't fit your own aesthetic. So also think about it that way. Like, yes, they're paying and all that, but like you also have to, it's very, very important to feel comfortable at your job because you're there more than you're at home.
Yeah.
So if you don't like where you work, you're fucked. Like it's over because you're going to be unhappy. So it's really, 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 really important. So I guess those are two tips, right?
But
Yeah.
didn't you just say in the beginning of this podcast that you don't have to love what you
You don't have to love what you, but that's
But
different
if
from
you
being comfortable.
dread it, like,
Yeah.
like I hate my life.
Yeah,
You know, there's a healthy balance to it.
exactly.
balance.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to love every second of your job, but you shouldn't go into work dreading like fuck I hate it. Like are you don't even feel comfortable to even open your mouth and talk. Like
You're sweating.
literally, like
You're shaking.
you need to
That's
find
bad.
yeah.
If that's where you are, I advise you to get on LinkedIn, look at some other options, make some long term leave. But don't keep yourself there if you can get out.
Yeah.
If it's possible.
Yeah.
And you can work towards it.
Yeah. Agreed.
lots of good things, lots of good
My
advice.
advice was don't have a savings account. I literally just said, don't save your money.
See, you guys, I actually need some like financial education. I really do.
You and me both.
Because I mean,
I
I'm
know they
saving
probably
money,
both.
but like I feel like I should be doing something. I should be maybe investing in real estate. You know, like something something big, so that by the time I'm 30, I'm a billionaire. Like,
But you can also, I know there was one video I
Read
watched
books.
one day where it's at our age in your 20s, your biggest investment is really yourself. So go take
Yeah,
a
that's
course, go learn a skill, go learn a
I want to
language,
learn how to swim.
go learn how to swim.
Same.
That's a big investment. There we go.
Yeah, I feel like people that can swim have so much fun in life. I feel like
Thank you.
they really have fun.
Stop.
They really do.
Yeah.
No. Have you watched all these videos? All these people that surf, all these people that jet ski, all this fun, high energy stuff.
That'll be
But
you one
it's
day.
okay.
Very soon.
It's okay.
It's never too late. You
That's
have time.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Never. Oh my God!
Never,
When
never.
Makena said calm down, I almost started singing "Baby Calm Down." I had to roll my mouth.
I know, right?
I had to.
I was about to start singing. I said, please, let me just respect myself on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, but I
really
feel like your
enjoying
tip
this.
about.
Oh, what are you going to say?
Sorry, continue. I was just saying, Simi's tip about like feeling imposter syndrome is very important for like uni students, because I feel like people need people should be more intentional about getting internships. And I think the biggest reason why people don't do it is because they just assume, they just count themselves out and don't try. So like actually try, because even the internship that I got, I also felt like I wasn't qualified, and I technically wasn't, but
And that doesn't matter. You got it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you never know. They will trust you apply. I say apply, hire you.
Yeah.
So just try, like actually try, because getting that experience would help you figure out. The more experience you have, the more you know what you want and what you don't want. So don't let that, don't let imposter syndrome stop you from getting the experience that you need.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, sorry, Florence, what are you about to say?
No, it was totally off topic. I was just talking about like Rema's new song D&D. That's on repeat right now. I could put
What
you
your
on
favorite song on the
D&D.
EP? I like Red Potion.
I've never heard the song.
It's so good. It's really good. That's why now my phone has to be on Do Not Disturb forever. Nobody should say
Florence, your phone was already always on Do Not Disturb, so please don't use Rema as an
too.
excuse. Don't use Rema as an excuse.
No, but that song is good. It's fine. It makes me feel powerful. I could put you on D&D.
That's
Nice
crazy.
one.
I mean, what are you guys listening
Yeah.
to? Onyeka, what are you listening to?
I am listening to the High School Musical soundtrack, Lemonade Mouth soundtrack.
I feel like
Soundtrack.
what is it and this podcast with High School Musical? This is the second time. This is the third time. I don't know what's wrong with us. Okay.
Because it's good. Like
I agree.
when something is good, it's good.
And
You
it
know?
will never be bad. I hope so.
Exactly. Yeah. What are you guys listening to?
I can't listen, so I've already said my own D&D.
What am I listening to? I've listened to Red Potion many times. Also on the same EP. I shouldn't say I don't like. I listened to the Pink Panthers album once. And I'm listening to like some songs again. But I haven't listened to the whole album a second time. Those are my highlights. When I'm late for class and I just need to pick music. So
Cool.
what about you?
Last thing I listened to was this, my favorite rap duo in Nigeria. But they're not my favorite unofficial rap duo. Budge and Butter released an EP, so I was listening to that. But a song that I've listened to,
Bulge and Butter.
no, his name is Budge is different from Ajay Butter. Budge is a different, two different people, but they're not in a band together, but they sing together, so they release joint projects. So this is their third one. It's really good. And then I listened to, but a song I've been listening to non-stop is Blood on the Dance Floor. That Odumodu Black, please come on this podcast. I just want to ask you one question, because what did he put in that song? Did he put crack?
Blood on the Dance Floor. I don't know if I've heard it.
It's so,
Odumodu?
You don't know Dumodu?
the guy is always shouting. That's what you need.
I don't know him.
Is it the one that is the one that sang that I go back I go jiggy jiggy something like that? I don't know the lyrics. Somebody should confirm me, but
I go black am, I go
something like that.
You can't declare rice. I feel like that might be one of the most popular songs. But yeah, that song is really good.
Yeah, and I think I'm getting into him. I'm also getting into Shy Poppy these days. I don't know
I
why.
love Sally Poppy. See, Faye told me I'm Raz because I like Sally Poppy, and now I'm coming for Faye on this podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Faye said I'm Raz, and Sally Poppy just released an
I mean,
album. Everybody go and
he's
stream
kind
Sally
of
Poppy. Thank you.
I know I understand the Ras part, but it's just like sometimes like because he doesn't say anything meaningful on the songs. He really doesn't. But it's good. It's a good vibe. I'm not going to lie. All these Elon Musk boys, party
Para de
boy.
body, BTC de body.
I was like, yes, I also love this song. I'll go listen.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, thank
Sorry.
you. It's you and me. If you guys make
Okay.
another playlist, we'll listen.
Okay.
Onyeka and I, we'll listen
It's
to
true.
it.
We need to make another playlist.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
patiently.
The place we're thinking of doing like a not holiday vibe because we're not going to put all I want for Christmas is that's not going to happen. So let's shut that down right now. Sorry, Makena. Yeah. But if
We
you
want
can
to do something related.
But
Maybe
what
we
you
can.
want?
Yeah, what are you gonna
If you don't
put?
put all I want
like
for
the
Christmas.
feeling of like
Onyeka
songs that
music.
remind you of like that
Are you going
time,
to
but
put,
not all I want for Christmas is
it's the
you.
most beautiful time of the year.
That's
No,
just Christmas
no, it's just
music for
Christmas
me.
music.
Yeah, I'm confused
No,
about
we're
what you
not
want then.
we're not
Did you
necessarily
say
putting
holiday?
Christmas
What
music.
Christmas
Like we're
music is not
putting
Christmassy?
What putting songs that
something
give
like
the vibe of home for the
yeah.
holidays.
Oh, but
Like
they
for
have
example,
nothing to do with Christmas.
yeah, for example, this song, Mad Over You. I don't know if you guys know that song. It reminds me
How
of
do I
December
give holiday?
2017.
But that's
Listen to
you.
listen to
Like,
tomorrow.
It has
baby
to be a
girl,
general.
Lord,
It has to be a general holiday mood thing, not like
Yeah.
specific to you.
And it's
But
our
then I'll
Yeah.
listen to it
playlist.
tomorrow.
It's a
We are
playlist.
telling people this is the playlist that reminds us.
Us.
Oh, it's for you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're
If you don't
making
like
it based off our own experience
old
for you guys
experience,
to experience.
But you don't want me to experience Mariah Carey.
No,
Interesting.
she's everywhere. By November 1st, you already said, you know this.
How I have milk and milk and milk.
Not for real.
And milk.
Do you think she'll be able to be queen of Christmas
Like
forever,
that.
like till the end of time?
yes. Every Christmas,
Yeah.
everywhere starts. Everywhere.
She has already
The
been. She
radio.
has already been the queen
everything.
of
Talk about in the
Everything.
90s or is it the 2000s?
I don't even know.
I think it
Shy a
was
long
like
time
late
ago.
90s, early- I'm not sure.
Every movie, every Christmas movie
Exactly.
to today.
She's here to stay.
Someone
Someone weird will dethrone her. One of these mumble rappers.
honestly, to shock you people.
It's not possible. She's the
It's not
queen.
possible.
It'll be an
I don't
AI.
think it's possible.
Eh?
I'll be surprised.
The AI Beatles new Christmas song. That
Oh
will
my
be the one.
gosh. So I know that you guys said that you don't. Well, Makena feels pressure again. Onyeka doesn't. But I mean, both of you are from African homes. Onyeka being Nigerian, Makena Kenyan, and like I haven't experienced this personally because I haven't. But do you guys feel like? Because from what I've seen, and just a little experience on my part with this, like when you get older, like there's this expectation for you to start taking care of your parents, right? And like, I mean, obviously, I'm going to provide their every need, well, depending on how what your family dynamics are, but like, there's that expectation of when you
Black
reach a certain
tax.
age, like when you finish college, majority of the time you're expected to graduate a job, start taking care of your parents, help them retire if they haven't retired, whatever, and just settle them down and kind of handle their finances and like you becoming their provider, basically. So with that being in existence, has that affected, like, do you constantly think of that, like, oh, if I don't have a job I can't do this thing that is already expected of me, or is that not even like at the back of your mind at the moment at all?
Should I go first? Makena, or do you want to go first?
What do you want to do?
Want you
I
to
can
first.
go. When you people are deciding all these things, I'll go. But I was like, I think for me it's both. For me it's both because I mean I've not really gotten to a point in my career where I'm like, this is my career yet. So I think I could talk about that. I feel like I want my mom to retire, and I want to be able to take care of her. So I'm kind of like, oh, I'm delaying things a little bit because I'm taking a gap year and whatnot, or two gap years. Um, so there's a little bit of that pressure because I want to be able to get to a point where like I can be able to take care of somebody, because that has always been like on my mind, even growing up pretty early on. Um, but at the same time, like I was like, I'm a baby, I'm still a baby, and I'm enjoying their money.
Oh my god. Um.
Yeah.
Mine is, it's in the back of my head, but not that much. What I'm thinking about now is the faster I get a job that allows me to support myself, the earlier that they don't have to support me anymore. So first, it's like taking that pressure off of them, so they can focus on themselves and also my younger siblings. And then in the back of my head, I have, at some point, I definitely will have to take care of them, or at least help them with life.
Right.
But I don't think about that actively when I'm job searching. The only time that I've started to worry about it, like in the past year, was, okay, I feel like now you guys can tell I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but I watched another YouTube video sometime in this semester about how it's become increasingly harder for people our generation to make more money than their parents did because of the economy. I think it was very like American centered.
Okay.
So it wasn't about like absolutely every place in the world right now, but just how like because of the economy and like how cost of living is rising, it's a lot harder for you to make more than your parents did when they had you. So I'm kind of like, if that complicates like my ability to support someone besides myself, and it's kind of, I feel like I also had a conversation with someone else about what if it reaches the point where I'm kind of like mid-age, maybe like, or maybe even like 30s, like 30s, 40s. And I'm thinking, if I have kids, will I be able to support my parents the older they get? Do I have to pick one or the other one? Because kids are expensive. And it's like taking care of anyone, whether it's kids or your parents, the older they become, or maybe you have siblings who are depending on you or other family members.
Yeah.
So I kind of have that in the back of my head, but like as a small concern for now. Whereas the bigger concern is getting a job so that I can support
Getting
myself,
the
so my
job,
parents
yeah.
don't have to support me so much.
Yeah, being able to take care of my parents is something that I think about, but it's not something that I worry about because I know that I will get a job eventually. And it's also like I have older brothers, so it's not like the pressure is not on me. But I don't think that they feel that pressure either because we're all just like quite confident that, it's just only a matter of time. We'll be able to
I
get
love this, your energy. Give me some.
Thank you.
No, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I also, I just started my job, so yeah.
Yeah,
But
you have to
and I'm also
take
not.
care of yourself.
I'm the third, so they have to be crazy about me. So the pressure is definitely less, but like here and there, like even while I was in college, like I guess for me, I like spoiling my parents because I feel like they suffered a
Facts.
lot for us to be able to have the education we got. So like even little thing like, oh, my daddy want this shoe, even though I'm just like, this guy, you don't need this shoe. But I was just like, okay, you can have this shoe. So for me, take care of them doesn't necessarily mean like you have to pay all their bills now and stuff like that, because like I don't have the capacity to do that. But like if
Yeah.
it's little things that I can get for them or do for them that would put a smile on their face or give them some ease, I'm willing to do that. Well, I've got to a point where I'm able to do that by the special grace of God. But I definitely don't feel that pressure of like, oh, you have to. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I feel
Yeah.
that either because I'm the last. So
Yeah, I definitely don't feel that.
How many siblings do you have?
me,
Florence.
I have
Yeah.
6 before me and 7.
Wow. So you have like cushion upon cushion upon cushion. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you, Makena. And you guys, I really hate the fact that when like, I always say, oh my god, I hate it so much. I need to change. There's nothing I want to
Yeah,
change.
stop doing that.
But anyways, thank you, Makena and Onyeka,
I'm
for
joking.
coming.
Anytime.
And we hope
Thank
you
you
guys
so
enjoyed
much.
You're
the
welcome.
episode.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Make sure you send us a dilemma
course.
with the link in our Instagram bio and follow us on Instagram at the G Get Podcast. Or G Get Pod, sorry. And make sure you like and review the episode on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to this podcast, honestly. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Peace and love. Makena and Onyeka, come back.
We will.
Stop.
Season 3.
Stop. Thank you.
Season
Thank
3.
you. We'll be
Season
back.
3.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.